host, Edward Anderson, just talking my shit as I always do. Um, Hopefully, y'all had a good day today. I'm about to wrap mine up. Yeah, usually wrap mine up. So, I wanted, I hope some of y'all got the opportunity to see the video I was talking about. But I'm not necessarily going to continue on with that. But I am going to speak on, hold on one second while y'all get in here. Yeah, what's up, Marty? Yeah, Marty, I've been shouting out, your YouTube channel, all of that. I may do a live stream. I get you on there, Marcus, see if we can get the times right. Y'all make sure y'all check out Marcus' YouTube channel. Like I said, I've been sharing the community tab, and also obviously y'all should be subscribed to Marty's Instagram and Marty's YouTube. Yeah. But yeah, I really wanted to talk about, so really I just wanted to see if y'all saw the video also, because I'm only going to be live for like maybe 20 minutes. Yeah. Dang, man, this dude really got his, I hate when people had a like high beam, and this dude really got his, I hate when people had a like high beam like right on me. Like, is it really that serious? Yo, I'm a purposely go slow just because you're doing that. Just because you're doing that, I'm a purposely go slow. That's some goofy ass shit. But anyway. I can't stand when people do that shit. Like, they'll literally have the high beam on here. Pass me, bitch ass. They'll literally have these high beams on people and literally be like right by them, and then they'll have the nerve to get upset if I put them lights on, them brake lights on. But anyway, that ain't even what I'm talking about. Road raging. But yeah, man, so they got some more information on Shedeur Sanders. People are trying to cop pleas now. Because what happens, like I've talked about this before, I'm surprised I didn't talk about this in the last 2 live streams. But remember what I've told you all about black male hysteria. Remember what I've told you about it. And you got certain people trying to say, Shedeur Sanders is not the greatest college player to ever come. Nobody's saying he is. But at the end of the day, we're going off the information that was said by the media up until the last 2 weeks where they decided to shit on him. The whole time, they acknowledged what Shedeur Sanders was doing, the competition he was going against. All of that stuff was acknowledged. And it was acknowledged that he was like the second best quarterback in the draft. And so at the end of the day, we understand how it is with white people doing white shit, because it's not always about really making, it's not always necessarily about making money. And this is why a lot of these teams are trash, and people that are fans of these teams, y'all should be very aware. A lot of y'all teams are trash because these owners don't give a fuck. A lot of these owners don't give a fuck about winning. But whatever. My thing is, I didn't talk about black male hysteria when normally I talk about that. And this is literally what you deal with. And the reason why I coined the term black male hysteria is because there's it seems like, whether it's social media, you see this kind of going along with Shannon Sharpe, where black people, whether it's black men, because it's a lot of black men that's doing goofy shit, where people, especially in the social media era, the TikTok era, the clout chasing era, the clout farming era, you have, when it comes to black men, because there's no penalties to really go at black men, there's really nothing nobody has to worry about, so people can always do the absolute most. So you have people allowing their misandry to ooze out of their eyes and out of their pores. They're hating on black men. You saw this with Kevin. A lot. This is why I go out of my way not to hate on nobody like that. Because when people get in that mode, logic just goes, it's like the mob mentality. Logic goes out the window. Everything. You got motherfuckers that literally were buddy. I'm not talking about people that are enemies of the Sanders. You got motherfuckers that went to the games, that Deion shouted out, that that low key showed some semblance of loyalty to the Sanders family. And they go out of, we're not talking about foaming at the wild white folks. We're talking about people that low-key was cool with the, I ain't talking about black women now. We're talking about people that are cool with the Sanders family that went out of their way to like either to joke under comments about what he was going through, to make fun of this man when these people were trying to embarrass him. We know that this is why when people talk about their quote unquote woke, no, you're not. That's just something that y'all say. But the reality is, y'all still participate in you all participate in the humiliation rituals. You all will still buy tickets and you all will sit in the stands and then turn around after the fact and say, oh, that's bad. Even though you all were participating in the motherfuckers. Like, you all are cowards. You all are just as bad as the foam at the mouth racist white folks. Y'all pull from the same insecurities. Y'all think that shit is cute. And y'all are the type of people that y'all will play in somebody's face and act like you cool, but then you'll turn around and then when you're two-faced. Y'all are cowards. And this is why you rarely see that shit being done with white people like that. Like, non-black people do that with white people because they know there's real consequences that they can get caught doing that with white folks. And that is what makes you a coward. That is what makes you coward, because y'all know. This is why you don't never really see white people being pounded on, being piled on like this. You don't see black women because other groups understand that there is a bit. Marty was talking about on his Patreon a while ago. He was talking about his Patreon how, you know, white, like the Brazilian white women will have all this stuff to say, they'll have all this stuff to say about Americans, but when you get specific on white Americans, knowing good goddamn well they're not talking about Latin Americans, they're not talking about black Americans, but white Americans who they're talking about, they don't know what to say. And I'm like, if y'all not willing to speak about it, then it must not be that great of an issue. Because if you're not willing to speak about what you don't like that white people do, because you're afraid of whatever, I don't know, because these motherfuckers just visiting your country. You're scared that Americans will stop coming? Then you ain't really got no right to feel some type of way about it. That's what I think about it. If you don't got the balls to tell somebody what's really going on as a group like that, then motherfucker, you good. I would even defend white people like that. Because how do they know they doing something wrong when your dumb ass won't tell them? What, because you afraid they, like as if you got a whole bunch of white people marrying Brazilians. Get the fuck out of here. I'm talking about in America. But my point is, it's the same thing with black people, where you'll play in somebody's face and then you'll turn around and this dude was getting piled on. And y'all will think that shit's funny. Oh, it's just a joke. He was going to get drafted. At the end of the day, it's not really about the draft as much as it's really about y'all really understanding why these things happen. These things happen. This is about power. And this is the same thing when they go out of their way to try to blow Michael Vick's career up, to blow Colin Kaepernick's career up, although, you know, he chose to take that knee. They do this because at the end of the day, they don't want a lot of black quarterbacks. It's about power, and y'all don't understand that because y'all don't know how to, y'all want to be in the entertainment. And so people get in this black male hysteria because it's cheap to fuck with black men. Even the dude, All Hip Hop Smoke Live. I like the dude, I like his content, but he did something I gotta call out. He's talking about even my bad sisters are good. No, they're not. No, they're not. Because the same Mayo people that you like to talk shit about, the same Mayo people that you said why they look like that, why they smell like that, are the same Mayo people that your sisters believe are gods. The same male people that'll slit your fucking throat just for the opportunity to be at their bedstand. And you have to understand that there are good black women and bad black women. And you don't reward bad black female behavior. I had to call it out. Because understand, like, nigga, you, like, and I'm sorry, and I would say this to his face. I'd be like, dude, so what about these white worshiping black women? Because that's a distinction without a difference between them. Because they think like the quote-unquote male people you like to bring up. They are them. In fact, they're worse. Because they will try hard to be like them and they will even sell black boys out to them. And so if you're going to call it out, call it all. I can't stand when people always want to go all hard in the paint for one situation, but they give passes to others. I'm not saying your channel has to be a red pill channel. But what I am saying is, when you got bitches like Malika Andrews that's half black, you got chicks like Jalen Rawls' daughter, you need to call that shit out with just as much fervor. It was this post, right? It was this post where this one black woman talked about you all are weak. Look at what they're doing to Shador. Because she was going at black men that were piling on Shador. Okay, cool, that's cool. But don't act like there weren't black women that were doing that. Don't act like you got these jealous-hearted females that know that they ain't never going to be able to even suck that dude's dick. Pause. And they're upset. You got, what's the Jamaican and Chinese Jamaican singer, Shinjin or Shinza? I forget her name. You got Shinza. I forget. She's big and she's good and she's very attractive. She's a single mom. I've heard that she may have some issues, but I haven't seen anything. And she's an attractive woman. She's trying to jump on Shador. Now it's a 5-year age difference, so it's not a huge age difference, but it's still an age difference. Shador already got a girlfriend, and it's crazy because it's like, okay, you can be a fan, you can put yourself in position, but Shador got a girlfriend. Shador got a girlfriend that's low key. Hold on one second. But you know I'm talking about Shinza. Yeah, Shinette. She's good. You know, like her pictures, like the look she's got. But it was just the same thing with Jalen Hurts. They didn't give a fuck that Jalen Hurts had a girlfriend. They didn't give a fuck that she was black. The way they look at it is when they like somebody, they don't care. And by the way, women never call that shit out, by the way. They never call out this, you know, this just blatant, you know, and yeah, they never call that out, but whatever. But my point is, you know, it's like, dudes are sitting here, you acting like, so he got his black female fans, but he also got women that was hating on him too. But no, we only want to call out, we know when it comes to the black women, they get a pass. And I don't know what it's like, as if black women cannot destroy you, as if quote unquote white people have not. Your whole way, your community is built around women facilitating the destruction of you and handpecking you. That's why they hate Deion. But for some reason, that shit always goes over their head. They hate Deion, but and he mentioned that part too. Is that, so I know you know. So you have to understand that women play into that. Women play into that. That's their tier in white supremacy. Just like how you have other groups that they're not white, but they're not black, and they reinforce that. Sorry about that, me jumping in and out. But you gotta call that out. Yeah, older singer, yeah, it's always that. And I'm not trying to hate, I'm not saying she can't be great, but you know what? You don't need to date him. Like, real talk. I don't know, like, again, this kind of, y'all, like, this kind of, we're gonna have a redo. That's one reason why I didn't like when Deion Sanders introduced Brittany Renner. Because Deion Sanders is similar. These niggas be soft-hearted for these bitches. And I'm gonna keep it real. It doesn't. It don't. I'm not saying it matters if they're biracial or not, but a lot of these niggas be soft-hearted when it comes to these females. They're really soft-hearted when it comes to these hoes. They really are. Like, these chicks know what they're doing. They need to be viewed as predators because they are predatory from a gold digging standpoint. And they will destroy these dudes. I don't know why y'all don't understand that. You should definitely not be an advocate for young dudes dealing with, especially the older females. These chicks haven't learned shit. They've got better. And I'm not even trying to jump on her like that, but this shit is like really blatant now. It is really blatant. Like, these chicks are, and look, again, she's like 28. But again, she's a single mom. He don't need to deal with that bullshit. And so at the end of the day, giving these females a pass ain't it. That ain't it, giving these females a pass. It really ain't. And I'm not saying everybody's platform is not going to be that. Like, you already going at the white people. So ISO and the black females is going to probably be hard to do. And that's what he chooses with his platform. It is YouTube. That's fine. That's what my platform is for. But like going to, like when he was like, yeah, man, even when they're bad, they're good. No, they're not. Bad black women will destroy black boys. Black women will lynch. They will assist in the lynching of black men. Like, y'all really be out here acting like there's not black women that will get you killed, set up, all of that. And again, I don't expect everybody to, like, again, apparently, it's almost so much truth that people get put on their credit cards, fine. He just jump on white people, fine. But at the end of the day, these are the same motherfuckers that they will give like, they will get in front of white people and defend them, man. I don't know why y'all acting like that. But anyway. But my point is, they want to cop pleas talking about this was a publicity stunt. The NFL does not need a publicity stunt. The draft is not meant to get ratings. So people are trying to cop pleas and make it not about race or blah, blah, blah. That may not be the number one factor, but until you show me a white boy that y'all doing the same thing with, there is an element of that that's in here. And I'm sorry, I don't let white people off the hook for that. I'm not afraid to tell them who they are. I get a lot of y'all and by the way, this is why I like that All the Smoke channel, because he definitely does great at that. A lot of y'all, I get it. Y'all just like these females. Your money is tied to white people, so you're afraid. I'm not saying all y'all got to be card carrying, telling them what to make everything about race, but y'all go out of y'all way to, like, even Cameron. Cameron don't give a fuck about nothing, but you know what? Cameron, I think twice when it comes to a white person. And as far as I'm concerned, nigga, you ain't real. You as real as far as you willing to go with white people. Just like how I said with these immigrants are as real as their culture goes as far as white people, that tells me how real you really are. They would have said the prank call was a lie. And they like it's like when you don't never see this pile on with other groups. That's the thing. Only black men get the pile on like this. And that's why I call it black male hysteria. Because you all, the thing is, you all have basically decided, I'm going to say this, and this is going to sound crazy, but I challenge you all to say I'm lying. They will hate on a guy like Shedeur Sanders more than they hate school shooters. They shoot white people. They don't even go at school shooters that blow their children away this hard. The dude that went, these motherfuckers that go into Sandy Hook and they shoot themselves, they don't be in the media. This is cowardly. You killing yourself is cowardly. They don't do that. They act like Shadur Sanders, like they try to. That's why the Michael Vick thing, they didn't like him, which is why the dog just gave him an excuse. What? Tell me I'm lying. This foaming at the mouth, what? Like, they will use arrogant when that uppity card, dude. And Marty acts uppity. Marty ain't afraid to dress these white people down, especially if they broke. And Marty ain't even pro-blackity black like that. I'm uppity. But the point is, when they say they arrogant, that means you're uppity. And Marty will tell you about how even black people do him wrong more than white people do. Truth be told, because there's that jealousy that's there. But that arrogant shit, I told you, say it before, I'm gonna say it again. When they say you're arrogant, they're saying you're uppity. And being uppity, they hate you being uppity more than they hate you being a thug, because a thug, they already know where you about to go. Thug, you about to go to jail. Thug, you about to spend your money. Thug, you about to get rid of stuff. They don't like these dudes that's been groomed from birth. They don't like black people having kids with tall black females. And then these dudes are like athletic. Oh, they don't like that. Not when dudes are doing that on their terms. That's a problem. Hit the Cash App if you picking up what I'm putting down. I'm going to leave you with that. This is Edward signing off. Peace. Yeah, crabs in a barrel is an issue. I'll hit you in the Telegram, Marty.